Alright, man. So, shoot. I ain't gonna lie. I'm kind of disappointed that this didn't happen, but this needs to be talked about, and this is what I'm gonna talk about here today for today's video, man. So, yesterday, Ravens GM Eric DeCosta released a statement saying that him and Lamar Jackson were able to come to terms with a new contract extension, which is kind of sad to think about because, you would think that they would, but honestly, the whole Deshaun Watson contract kind of ruined them agreeing to a contract that they really wanted to get done. You know what I'm saying? So as we all know, Deshaun Watson, he got himself a contract that was fully guaranteed money, bro. I think it was a 5 year extension, something like that, or even more, something like that. I don't know. Point is, Deshaun Watson got a new contract, and this new contract is fully guaranteed. And they even made it where Deshaun Watson's contract in the first year, he getting paid not even that much money to lose because they knew he was going to get suspended in the first 11 games, or at least for the whole year. So that was just a Deshaun Watson contract. And Lamar Jackson won the fully guaranteed contract too, and deservedly so, in my opinion. Now, since Browns gave Deshaun Watson a guaranteed contract, now it just halted any momentum that the Ravens had of getting Lamar Jackson a contract that they think is more prime for Lamar Jackson to get. And now Lamar Jackson wants a guaranteed contract because now he feels like he deserves it over Deshaun Watson, to which he kind of does, given the fact that Lamar Jackson has all the accolades that he accumulated ever since he started with the Ravens. Ever since Lamar Jackson became the starter for the Baltimore Ravens back in his rookie year, he led the Ravens to 3 consecutive playoff appearances, with 2 of those playoff appearances being in winning the AFC North. He was also a 2-time Pro Bowler, a first-team All-Pro back in 2019, which was the same year he won unanimous MVP that year, the second one to do it. He also the only QB to have 2 consecutive 1,000 rushing yards for a QB, to which he also broke Michael Vick's record back in 2019 when he had that 1,000-yard season that year. He also had the most QB wins for the age under 25 ever since he's been in the league, with 35 wins as a QB starter. Now, say what you want about how Lamar Jackson is inconsistent with throwing the ball, how his play style is not sustainable enough, all that type of stuff, and for the next 5 years, something like that. Somebody put up those accolades for the Baltimore Ravens and made them look better than it was a few years ago, even when they had the legendary defense. Even though the legendary defenses were really great with Ray Lewis was there. Lamar Jackson is that franchise QB for him, man. He deserves that contract. Now, it's very unfortunate and upsetting that Lamar Jackson had to wait another year just to get tagged and have to negotiate another contract with them, for the simple fact that the Browns gave him Deshaun Watson a fully guaranteed contract. But I ain't gonna lie, this would never happen had one person who had just played really good for the Browns, and that was Baker Mayfield. Now, you can follow Jimmy Haslam, the owner of the Cleveland Browns, for this too, but Baker Mayfield could have this whole situation of Lamar Jackson all avoided had he not been inconsistent the whole 4 years he was with the Browns. And if you want to prove me wrong, let's just see what Baker Mayfield did when he was with the Browns those 4 years. So in 2018, his rookie season, he started playing for him in his week 3 as a starter. He broke the rookie passing TD record with 27 touchdowns, which was the then record, which only got broken by Justin Herbert not too long ago. He played really good. He basically made the Cleveland Browns actually relevant again for the first time in a very long time, honestly. But in 2019, he regressed and was sick in interceptions with 21 interceptions. The only reason why he won the first was because that was the same year that Jameis Winston went 30 for 30 touchdowns and 30 interceptions that year. Then we go to the pandemic season, 2020, where he struggled in the first 5 games, but as soon as OBJ got hurt, unfortunately, he ended up playing really great in the last 11 games of the season. To which that stretch that Baker Mayfield had helped the Cleveland Browns make the playoffs for the first time since 2002, to which they ended up being eliminated in the divisional round against the Kansas City Chiefs that year. And of course, the expectations are high for him, and we thought 2021 they were Super Bowl contenders because Baker Mayfield proved that he could play great with a new head coach, with Kevin Stefanski in his system. But Baker Mayfield got hurt, but he decided to play it off and play through the injury, which made him look bad and worse throughout the whole season, to where there were games where they could have won, but Baker Mayfield didn't play good and didn't capitalize on the situation. And two games came to mind, which was the Lamar Jackson game and that Sunday night game where Lamar Jackson threw 4 interceptions, and also the Aaron Rodgers game, the Green Bay game, where Nick Chubb was running the ball like crazy, running the ball like down their throats, and Baker Mayfield just had to make a few throws and not turn the ball over to where they could have won that game. Now, Baker Mayfield had 3 different head coaches since he's been with the Cleveland Browns. First one was Hugh Jackson, and Hugh Jackson wasn't that good of a head coach to begin with. He went 0-16 for a reason, ladies and gentlemen. But then, of course, they had Freddie Kitchens, where Freddie Kitchens just proved to be just a pretty good play caller at best, like really average one. And then they had Kevin Stefanski, to which he's a really good head coach, but like the fact that they actually didn't make the playoff the following year is probably because Baker Mayfield's play is a bad sign in itself. And that honestly prompted the Cleveland Browns, specifically Jimmy Haslam, to call Deshaun Watson's agent to even try to pry Deshaun Watson from the Houston Texans, to which then made Deshaun Watson have all that leverage he had. Even though Deshaun Watson had them allegations on him, he had the leverage for the simple fact that Deshaun Watson didn't even mention the Cleveland Browns as his favorite destination for him. So the fact that he was able to get a fully guaranteed contract out of them, let me further know that the Browns were that desperate to get rid of Baker Mayfield and to get a better QB in Deshaun Watson. And that's like probably the biggest reason why that the Ravens and Lamar Jackson weren't able to agree to a contract, because of what the Browns did. And that's why the owners were mad at the Browns as itself, because now Lamar Jackson wants a fully guaranteed contract, and the Ravens not willing to give it to him now, for a simple fact that they don't want to make the contract fully guaranteed. Now, of course, we're going to also state the obvious, like, is his running ability, is it sustainable for the next decade? It can improve as accuracy-wise, even though he's been accurate. Can he, just throw the deep balls more consistently? Can he also stay healthy, too? Because he was injured most of last year. When he got injured, basically his team missed the playoffs, so that was bad for them as it is. Seeing Lamar Jackson's recent comments, he's cool, calm, collected. He's ready for the season, and I honestly believe that he's going to have that great of a season. Hey, I predict him to win MVP as it is, come this year. So that's how confident I am that Lamar Jackson is going to not be too worried about the contract, him not getting. And then next year, he probably going to hold out of not signing that franchise tag until he completes and gets that long-term extension that he really, really deserves, honestly. He might not get the fully guaranteed contract, but he's going to get a lot of money. And the Ravens better hope that freaking Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert don't get new contracts before Lamar Jackson does, because if so, it's going to be really, really big problem for them this coming season. But those are my thoughts on how the Cleveland Browns basically screwed Lamar Jackson over and the Ravens over with not getting the contract extension that they wanted. But with that being said, though, comment, subscribe to the video, share it, whatever you want to do. It'd be all appreciated. Much love to y'all. Ed Nosley 27 in the building, man. We are signing out. Y'all have a great day.